good morning, good evening, wherever you are, and welcome once again to Right Across New York. God, Buckaroo, venue. It never happened. You saw nothing, and you heard nothing.
Nothing.
Nothing. I'm not an abomination in disguise. And tonight's scene will take place in the Umbra, part of the sept where Kotori will be probably having a small discussion with some of the lesser spirit that inhabit the sept as his duty of keeper is well, it's his duty. So he's probably making sure that everything that they have is okay, and if they have particular demand or if they had well problem with kinfolks who probably weren't respectful enough. And with that, uh, maybe he will get a visit from a certain someone.
And he does. Alan Stewart is back from his vacation in San Francisco, actually. He wears some cargo shorts. He's actually wearing a Hawaiian t-shirt with the bright and pretty colors that adorn that. And he's also carrying around him a huge duffel bag on his shoulders.
And as Kotori will probably see him approach, he will turn to the spirit, who are apparently little spirit of prankster spirit, as whispers he whispers to their ears something probably related to socks, making kinfolk run across the sept to keep them in shape. And he turns to Alan. Hey, you seems to have your skin is darker.
Yeah, thanks. I got a tan.
And what's all this stuff for?
This was the pack that I carried around, actually. Do you mind if I unload it here?
And he looks around. Yeah, sure. I mean, as long as you don't destroy my my little space I put some effort to do, sure.
Alright. Alan will go ahead and shrug off the huge duffel bag and go ahead and set it with quite a clank on the path, actually. And he goes ahead and turns towards you. Katori, business. I have some for you.
Uh-huh.
Uh-huh.
And he takes, his business face. Yes, talk to me then, father. Explain.
No longer din, father. Apparently some fool went ahead and made me more info.
Well, does it mean that Smiles win by default?
Nope. That means his challenge still needs to go through.
Oh yeah. Also, Dr. Mega will probably come to you asking you something.
He already did.
Good, because I don't think that Smiles, will keep the things that you will give him. But I'm thinking that if I want to go into the city, it's better to have this IDs or things, so that Hamids don't bother me in the fact that I was never born and that I don't exist in their eyes.
I gave Dr. Mega the same instructions that I gave to Smiles. Since you are doing this on your own, I expect that your effort to get an ID will not conflict, or you will not lend too much undue help to Smiles in this challenge. These are still lessons that he ought to know and ought to learn. I feel, at least.
Yeah, even if he is there to learn the wolf heart, it is, well, for his own survival, it is better to understand the trickery of the Homid and how they work. It's a matter of survival.
In this city, yes, it is a matter of survival. We are set on all sides by a large Hamid society, and being able to weave your way into it and not be noticed is preferable.
Mm.
But, my dear Katori,
Mm-hmm.
do you know anything about the current ongoings with a corporation called Geodyne?
Um, and he starts to think real hard. Isn't this something that has to do with Cinna? But
Senna
other
is.
than that,
Mhm.
I don't know.
Senna is definitely a part of it right now. She seems to have made herself a part of it, getting information from the inside of the corporation. But I believe that I would need your talents, my good Theurge.
Mm-hmm.
Geodyne at the moment, or at least their flagship project, what they seem to be most esteemed with, most proud of, and the thing that brings me most concern happens to be one of their satellites in orbit. It seems to have caught a meteor. And for some reason, they want to drill inside the meteor for something. I don't know. It's the fact that I don't know what is going on that is causing me some concerns.
Uh, you can you can see probably a little bit of smoke coming out of his ears. Like, what's a satellite?
Well, okay, fair enough. To break it down a little bit easier and to make this as simple as possible, I am concerned with what they are doing very, 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 very high up in the sky, further than I can possibly reach.
Mm-hmm.
And I went ahead and put this question to Dragos, actually, because he is a glasswalker and knows more about technology and how Hamids are reaching out to the skies and to the stars. And he gave me some little bit of advice. When I asked how I could reach the stars, he went ahead and thought inside his head and remember some of his tribesmates that do reach out to the stars. He told me that the best way to go about it was to create a fetish ship, a machine that takes people outside of Gaia's reach.
Hmm. Uh-huh.
He told me that bit of information, but I was still racking my brain about how in the world to make such a thing. Dragos told me that I would need somebody with a lot of mechanical and technological aptitude to do it. And when I asked him, if it is a fetish ship, I assume that it is connected or at least has some sort of spirit servicing it. He told me, well, perhaps a spirit of space or dimension or correspondence, or perhaps even a space of the void. When I went ahead and talked to Morningkill about it, he went ahead and, broke down the theory a little bit more for me. He told me that certain spirits have the ability and the power over distance. They
Mm.
can make distances shorter, they can make distances longer, and unfortunately, a lot of that theory went above my head. So I don't know as much about the spiritual aspect as I would like. Do you know anything about spirits of space?
Mm. Well, um, I know that Kachina captured a black hole spirit when we were fighting the storm eater.
Mhm.
So I'm more down to earth, down to Gaia. But if well, if this space beyond Mother Knight's mental and beyond and beyond Gaia is where we have to reach. Yeah, I think that maybe I think we'll have to put a lot of things in that fetish, if it is possible to do. I mean, if Dragos says that his tribe do it, I'm going to believe it because his tribe is known for being way too much in touch with the Weaver in that aspect. But we would need something. We don't necessarily need a lot of spirits, but or no, I think the point would be that uh, this night sky weavercraft thing will have to, and he's actually going to change his form into Hamid to get his finger, and he's going to da, 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 no success. You can see that he's actually starting to craft something on the dust floor. Well, not really dust, but earth. He's trying to draw something and to he actually takes the earth, but it doesn't it doesn't form anything, and and he makes another attempt, yeah, which is way better. And you can see that he's as he's grabbing the earth, the umbra around him is starting to change, and
Mhm.
you can actually basically he's making a 3D, some kind of 3D model of.
He's taking the sand and the dirt from the path and throwing it up
Mm,
into the little space in front of him and willing, through power of his own spiritual gnosis,
mm,
to throw every single speck of dust right where it needs to be to form this fully complete image.
yeah, pretty much. But unfortunately, since he's a lupus, it doesn't look like a rocket or anything. It looks like a box. But he says, well, the thing is that it could. I don't really know how your things works. This is
Mhm.
where Dragos will come into account. But I know that we could put more more fetish technically into one aspect. The fact that, for example, one and he takes a small bubble of dust and make a small sphere on the box. One could be bending uh, bending space to make it go to teleport them from one place to another. But another one can probably, I don't know how this the great Beyond Sky work, but I think that if not a lot of Garu goes there, it must be bad for your life. So probably also something to help the other Garu. And if you really want to, what do you want to do with this Weaver thing satellite? You want to destroy it, or
Mm, I'm not sure. At the moment, I have no idea what's going on up there, except for apparently they're drilling into it. They're
Mhm.
digging at it, and there's something inside, something that might be alive.
Mm.
So I want to know more about what is in there, and if we want it
Mm.
to actually, get out.
Mm.
If it's a living
So,
thing and it's of Gaia, we should welcome it. But if it's
mm,
a living thing and it's of the worm, we should try to destroy it.
mm. So, so you're probably going to need some spirits that can pretty much perceive and understand the beyond or the mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
And he's starting to shape some some owl faces on this box model. Probably owls knows a lot of things. They knows secrets just as Uktena does. Uktena also is another option, but Uktena is water water spirits. I don't think that the Beyond Sky is very water friendly, but he's also an aura of things, but
Mm-hmm.
it can be perceived. Or mm, perhaps perhaps eagle or falcon, as they are noble spirits who can perceive truth. They can perceive truth and see beyond maybe the disguise, or even chimera. Those we would need probably some of those. Um, and I guess you will need ways to destroy the thing. So I don't know how that would work, but probably mm, I would say if you want to destroy it, mm, if you want to be messy, but it will be tricky, and we would have to assure that they are not angered. Gremlin spirits from cockroach brood could actually be of use
Mm-hmm.
because they enjoy the destruction of technology and refine technology. So I guess that to go to the great beyond sky, this this craft weaver thing must be quite elegant. So I think they would actually do a good work on that aspect. But um, and he still looks at his model before before leaving the sand and the dust to go back where they belonged. We will need. I can throw you ideas, but clearly this will. I can only, in that aspect, help Dragos, and you will probably also need Kachina, since Kachina dealt with a black hole spirit.
Mm-hmm.
He probably also knows more than I do on the great beyond sky. So I will help you in your endeavor because that seems actually very interesting. I
Okay.
kind I want to know what's beyond the great sky, but yeah, we would definitely need the glassworker on that. They they will know everything that they need and probably will get help from their tribe.
Okay, it's to sort of parrot back things back to you. Um, we'll need Glasswalker support simply because they are more experienced in, traversing the night sky. They'll
Mm,
know exactly what is needed and what is required. They'll know how to make the fetish ship and what it all needs. We'll need a few spirits of protection to protect ourselves from the harsh environment of the night sky because there's nothing out there. It's a void. We were talking about air spirits in order to, give people protection, as if, Gaia's natural air was with them.
mm,
We also
yes.
need apparently perception spirits, like owls or
Hmm.
falcon, if we want to find out the truth of the matter. Which I do want to try and find out the truth of the matter. Definitely need
Mm.
want to do that.
The only problem with Falcon and his brood is that they are incredibly prideful. I would I would advise you to have a silver fang with you if you actually make ask, because if you don't have enough honor, they will they will shun you down. They won't even
Mm.
talk to you. So, but yeah, since the silver fang are the chosen of Falcon, I believe they will listen to one of their sons.
Mm.
But
All
yes,
right.
perception will help, and probably since you say there is nothing out there,
Absolutely nothing
so probably gravity spirits.
to keep us, all pointing one direction.
Mm. Also, perhaps, mm, actually, they could work because owl. I know that my tribe has this particular gift, but I know that owl can, and pretty much any bird spirit can give it. But I would say that fly would be actually, if there is nothing, then fly would be the easiest way to move. So probably give fly talent to, or even ask for a bird spirit to bless us with the ability to fly once we're there.
Sort of like what Katina did with Crane.
Exactly. We would need something like that, or to make simply makes talents.
All
One
right.
or another.
We'll need to go ahead and ping Kachina because apparently he has the most experience with gravity or
Mm-hmm.
space spirits.
Yeah,
Those weird enigmatic spirits that you see, Alan trying to grasp for the words. Oh,
it's okay.
he sort
It's
of
okay.
gives up.
Yeah, it's okay. They are enigmatic, as you say. But I think indeed, if something looms beyond the night sky, we should know we should know what it is. And do we actually know? Because I heard rumors about this Geodyne. Do we know if they are, well, with us, or if they are serving the Weaver or were?
At the moment, we do not know where their allegiance lie. We do not know if they follow the worm. We do not know if they follow the weaver. We do not even know if we are actually in contact with the head of the organization. We assume we do, but that could just be a false facade.
Mm.
The persona of Mr. Greenlee, I do not trust one bit. From what I know about his supposed history, it looks
Mm-hmm.
very sketchy, very shady. Doesn't look right. And from what other people have been telling me, well, he just he doesn't look right. At least not to my eyes.
What
I do not know
exactly?
if we can trust him or not.
What exactly do you mean he doesn't look right?
I personally have never met the man.
Mm-hmm.
I can only get this from hearsay and secondhand, mostly from Cinna.
Mm-hmm.
She is the one that has been most in contact with Mr. Greenlee.
Mm-hmm.
There is currently an effort to ascertain whether or not his persona happens to be human,
Mm-hmm.
kin, or Garu, and whether or not he happens to be worm-tated. But Katori, you've
How
probably said something that
how
I don't even recognize or even thought of. What if he's wheat irritated?
Mm.
How
The
do you detect
humans.
that?
Ah, it is. It is complicated. I have no knowledge actually on that. I'm not. He he paused a little bit and he thinks, uh, as he he gets back to Lupus and massage his temples. Oh, I'm going to have to talk to Dragos about that.
I'm
I'm
sorry.
I'm feeling a headache coming, but yeah, I need you actually say something really, really that I haven't even thought myself. That I was very focused on spirits, the worm, the spirals, but yeah, we are in the land of the weaver, not in the land of a worm. And actually, knowledge of the weaver should be actually some of our top priorities. But and he thinks for a little bit. Well, there is a certain gift that we have. Uh, I can sense magic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not able to understand what it is, but I can know its origin. I can know if it's from the worm, from the wild, from Gaia, from the leeches, or I don't know what it is, but I can detect some influences.
Can
But
you make a Talon version of that gift? A single use that's
that's that
very, very discreet.
that could be possible, but I mean, haven't you thought maybe of um and things for a little bit? Haven't you think of giving having spirits spy on him, or even to make, for example, I don't know, a truth talent or a truth fetish in the form of a gift given by Sinna to this person, and as long as he wears it, he can speak no lies. That would
Do me
be,
a
of
favor.
course,
Do
it
me a
would be, of
favor.
course,
If
yes.
if if you can make any of these tools, go talk to Morning Kill. He's supposed to be supplying these tools to Senna.
Mm. Because I think that if we cannot distinguish the truth from falsehood, probably, what we should. Oh,
Katori,
oh,
think about this.
and
What if
he's
we
he has frozen because he has like you can pretty much see the ding 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 ding.
Mhm.
Oh, I think I in fact have a perfect guess for that, but that's going to take some effort to make.
Katori,
Yes.
would this be truth as the persona would know it, or would be Gaia's truth?
Mm. I should. I don't really know about that because this is something that the Philodox have. I know that the Philodox are capable of sensing lies, but
Hmm.
that kind of distinction is beyond me. But it, I think we should be very specific in what we wish to call the truth and what is considered a lie, considering this. But I think that I may have a solution for the protection of Cinna.
Hmm.
Um, I won't go into too much detail because, well, you know, tribe, tribe secret. But
You
I
see a
have,
disgust. You see like a look at like, fine.
and yeah, he looks at you and say, "Hey, really, I'm a Noctena. What did you expect?" But there is a gift that will make him forget secrets. That if Sina reveal a secret, it's something that is very common. You give a secret, I give you another one. It's pretty common in
Hmm.
all society. This gift makes you forget, the secret that you gave to someone, this person forget that he knew the secret that was given to him. So if Sina, it is a last resort, but if Sina reveal maybe a secret and that he in return, I don't know. I think I heard Bites the Air talk about that thing. Um, that guy monologuing.
Monologuing. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and
where you
he.
talk over and over and over without end. Um, Katori, do me a favor. Consider this
That's a lot of
the last.
favors.
Yeah. All right. All right. Consider that
Yes.
low priority. That's a very, very risky
Mhm.
talent and gift to use, and I have a feeling that
Yes.
Cinna would use it right off the bat
Yeah.
and not
She.
think of alternatives.
Mm. But I will research on. I will research um, on the truth talent or fetish or whatever will be needed to create it, and I will probably. Do you know where Rowan is?
Roanoke?
Yeah, Thames the
Uh,
Forgotten. I haven't seen him
the
for days.
Well, that's the thing. I heard that he was doing one last favor for the nation before he started his great work. Shrug.
Uh, and he puts his paw on his muzzle, like, oh, okay. Then I will need, I think I will need something. Um, I can say it. I can say it because he's lupus. He's lupus. But what I would have said is that, uh, yeah, I need something truly evil, something truly twisted that would fool any spirit or demons. I need a lawyer. Yeah, because that's why he asks for Rowan. um, do you know any of your law givers or
uh,
someone who works with the law?
Actually, one of my tridesmates just came into the sept. She is
Ah, and
learning. She's learning law.
Moonface.
Yes, Moonface.
Ah, so she came to you.
Uh, well, we met and we talked, and she was very, very helpful with my trip to San Francisco.
Ah, okay. No, because I made her the grand tour and told her to go to meet people. So, but yeah, now that you mentioned, she met you before that. But yeah, she's learning the law, and since she is a philosopher, that could work. Or also, Morning Kill Raya could be useful in that endeavor to be very specific in what truth could be catch, in which truth would be
Hmm.
catched. Since if he works for the Weaver, that mm, that would be a little bit more tricky because we don't know the Weaver as well as we know the Worm. Well, I guess this is why we need the Glasswalkers. They know those things.
This is why they thrive in these kinds of environments.
Mm, yes, but it would be so easier if she was, well, if she was a Garou. It would be a little bit more easier
Mm,
because I don't know how she gets the information exactly, but we can't. The downside of that is that we can't have her bring Garus just like that. For example, Zeki or Emmet just out of the blue. That would be strange and out of place.
this is why we're researching Talons in order to get the information that we require. And this is one of the reasons that, well, Morning Kill has his ways of getting information.
Um, I'm going to make us. Uh, I'm going to make actually two rows. fine, because I just thought about something, and he's going to actually make uh, an ancestor roll for Weaver.
Okay. Oh, okay. No bosh.
Yeah, got 3 success. So now I have Weaver lore 3. So I'm going to extend a little bit. I don't know in character, out of character. I don't know that much about the Weaver, but
Hmm?
Kotori thinks a little bit as he seems to mutter. He seems to be muttering for himself,
Alan's gonna
and
go ahead and get a pen and piece of. He's gonna go ahead and get a pen and a journal. Just start writing shit down.
mm, and the wind seems to carry a message that, well, Alan can really understand since it's in native.
Hmm?
But uh, Little Coyote is whispering some things uh, to his descendant, and he thinks for a little bit. Well, the, the Weaver, the Weaver controls the city, right? He, it
He
knows,
lives. He builds. He is.
yeah, but he knows the information. The information of the city is what he runs with. He transports the information. He knows what is truth, what is false. So if your the Hamid world is pretty much the world of a weaver. So if someone, I know that you mark the born in records that are stored. So
Mhm.
if this geodyne person, Mr. Greenly person, is false, then the weaver will know that it is false. It will know that the information that is currently there, well, it might have been falsified and he might be fooled. He might have been fooled at the time, but maybe if you want to dig into that and learn how to do it, how to drag the information away, you should maybe go to Pattern Spiders or Weaver Spirit, who works in the great information chain, that they will know the information and maybe then uh, perhaps suggest to them in exchange of gnosis or whatever the Weaver's spirit will deem worthy of payment, to maybe inspect his information, or maybe even send. Uh, and he looks at his uh, he looks a little bit at the city. I know that there are a lot of things Weaver Tech connected. There are a lot of Weaver Tech connected things that you Hamid like to be connected with your Weaver Tech things and with your
Mhm.
net of beyond or thing, whatever.
Katori, one question before you go any further. By by Mr. Greenlee's information, do you mean his past history, his records, or his person, his body, the information on him?
Mm. And he thinks for a little bit. The information about him, about his body, would be. I would. I don't. Technically, the Weaver would have way to recognize those of Gaia or those who are not. He is like every other spirit. Where it it's not because a falcon spirit teach you something that another spirit cannot teach you the same gift, because they have powers that influence different sphere. But if you think that this person is fake, then perhaps you should talk about the past and what he is. If he is not, if he is, let's say he is not a human person.
Hmm?
He is. Mm, let's go hypothetically. Let's say that he is not Garou. he is not he's not mortal, he's not anything, he is something else, then maybe he will not have uh, medical medical information because he doesn't get ill. He never gets ill because he is not living, for example,
Hmm.
or if he's of Gaia or was, and he's now a spiral or something else, then if he is that, he will have the power to regenerate. So not really need to go to see a medicine man. And also, if if the information is false, if information is false, then maybe the weaver, the pattern spiders, or the weaver spirits who are in charge of the information on people will be probably angry that the information that it has it false, because it means that his work was meaningless and was an error, which is something that they will probably not be very happy. So they will probably try to dig the truth to make the information right. Maybe that is something that should be worked on. But
Hmm.
I think that history, see his past. I mean, since you Hamid's record pretty much everything with the Weaver, then this information can be actually verified if they are truth, or if there are holes in the story, if the story holds falseness in some point.
Well, to give you a bit of more background on that, Zeke himself dug into the history and the background of Mr. Greenlee, and he found that Mr. Greenlee was able to graduate from a very, very high place of learning very quickly, much more quickly than anything else. He also learned that apparently his background includes infiltration, the way of being unseen, the way of manipulating people, hominids,
Mhm.
and the way of actual fighting. Also, apparently, eh, everything about his birth is completely obfuscated because the place of his birth apparently burned down.
Mm. Convenient.
I know.
Mm.
Why do I feel like I'm trying to chase after Adam?
Hmm?
Adam. A Okay. Do you know how to read?
Yes, I do.
All right. Alan's going to go ahead and dig into his duffel bag, actually, and start to actually take out a book, a novel.
Hmm.
Frankenstein, Mary Shelley. Goes ahead and, lays the book at your lupus form, because I assume you're still in lupus
Yeah,
now.
yeah, I got back into lupus.
Read that. That's about a man that tries to create another man and does it poorly, or at least isn't satisfied with what he makes. And the creature that is made has to learn for itself how to live, how to breathe, how to be a man.
Mm. So, mm, that's actually, mm, well, that is disturbing.
Some horror reading. Most people read that and are completely terrified. He says with a smile, knowing that nobody nowadays is terrified of Frankenstein's a monster, or at least not the novel.
Mm. So, he created life out of death. Well, I'm pretty sure that if this person exists, I think that Gaia would have loved to have a talk with him.
But yeah, go ahead and take it a read. It's not too long. You could probably breeze through it in a weekend if you dedicate yourself to it.
Yeah, and he takes he takes the book. The book is in his muzzle and put it in his little bag. And he he seems to think a little bit more, and well, I'm going to try. I'm going to try and think a little bit more about this, about how to probably get the Weaver spirit to work in our favor in that aspect, because I think that they it will make the job much easier.
The one thing, and probably the only thing, that actually gives us any kind of clue about what he might be is he has a tattoo that marks him as one of the Howlers, the Fallen.
Yeah, no, I know that, but wait, why?
He was marked at a very young age, apparently. Actually, scratch that. Alan does not say at a very young age. Alan simply says he was marked. Because I don't know that in character quite yet.
And Kotori thinks, but he's marked the Howlers. I mean, shouldn't that mark him as a kinfolk? Or worse?
This is why we are taking precautions.
Mm. Yeah, I can understand that, but then if he is indeed marked, I'm surprised that no one took rather harsh reaction to that.
We do not know enough information to go on.
Mm. True, true. Yeah, I think that we are going to need more information on that one, but mm, I don't really like that we have Ronins who are apparently in the city, and then there's you tell me that pretty much this homemade as the marking of a howler.
Tell me about what you know about the Ronins, because this is a first subject for me. I do not
And
know much about them.
you know uh, he cocks his head on the side for a little bit, like shrugging. I only know there are Ronins. I don't really know much about them. I think that on, and you know, his ears flattened a little bit. I think that, well, Andre must know things, and probably the warder. So you should probably rather go to them rather than me.
Does make sense that the Shadow Lord would know more secrets about this particular thing, anyways.
Yeah,
Secrets that
because
we hide
he
from our
throwed you.
brother, not
He
from.
throwed.
Yeah. Secret we hide from ourselves and from our brothers, not the secrets of the mystical and of the other world. I apologize.
Uh, well, and you know, he looks he looks at you actually for a little bit. Do you actually? Oh yeah, that makes me think. Do you actually know? Do you have some knowledge about the worm or not?
I have been a victim. Myself and my sept have been a victim. We know enough to kill it.
Mm. Out of character, he asks you if you have worm lore.
And the answer pretty much he gives
Yeah.
you,
Yes.
bog
Yeah.
standard, Garu, kill the dorm where it lives and breeds.
Mm.
No worm lore.
Okay, then. He looks at you and say, "Well, I see that. Well, The warder made his choice. He didn't really hear what I said, but then he looked at you with a very serious face. You'll come and see me when I'll call you, Wormfoe, Raya. I'll teach you about the worm because I can help you as an advisor. But if you only know the basics, your job will be much more harder. So I'll teach you so that then you can try and find your way into this particular knowledge. Even if, of course, the worm is not the only foe that you have to face, I would also strongly advise to go to Honest the Loss. He has many, many knowledge in his sleeves.
Very well. I will take your advice to heart, Brother Katora Youth.
And with that, Kotori will looks around and he'll say, I'll think about what we talked. And if I can come with a proper way to discover the truth, I will send you a messenger.
Send me a dove. I do love dove messengers.
Yes, that wouldn't surprise me. I will see you later, Silverstone.
Until we meet again, was it Gaia's breath or saves near death?
Well, saves near death is well, not something that I like to boast upon considering the situation, but you can call me that, I guess. I
Very
earned
well,
it.
Gaia's breath, if that's a deed name you're more comfortable with.
Thank you. And yeah, with that, Kotori will trot off probably to attend to his duties as keeper of the sept.
Alan, for his part, is going to go ahead and grab his duffel bag again, lug it over his shoulder, and continue on with the rest of his day.
And with that, we can end the scene.